Hi, I'm Amy, and I want to share with you something that I think might really help you if you are manifesting anything to do with a person at all. Doesn't matter what the relationship is, because I think that's always very focused on the information is always very focused on what to do to manifest a situation that involves a specific person. But I want to share with you what it is actually like to be on the other side of the manifestation because somebody manifested something with me specifically and it happened in a really beautiful way, and I want to share with you what it felt like on my side to be the person that was manifested. Okay, so um I don't know, I'll have to look at it up, but like over 6 months ago I made a video about baseball hats, and I'll put the link down so you can look at that. The girl who I made the video for, who did not ask me to make the video, I was inspired to do it. This girl lives in LA, and I had spoken to her back then at that time and found out that's where she lived. And I go to LA a lot, several times a year for various things, manifestations, visit friends, stuff like that. So I ended up getting a manifestation in early January, right after New Year, to go to my first movie premiere, which is something I was really excited about. So I got to go do that. I saw Martin Scorsese's new film Silence, and you can check out the on my Instagram. I have like a picture of me at the premiere. So that was a manifestation for me. It happened very last minute, which means I found out about it and basically was on an airplane within 14 hours to go to the event. So it was really awesome, very whirlwindy, fun, magical experience. And so as I was getting ready to get on the plane, like I was like packing and getting ready to go to the airport, I had an idea pop into my head. And the idea was, oh my gosh, that girl, the baseball hat video that I made for her, she lives in Los Angeles. I should send her an email and let her know I'm coming out, and maybe we could like go out, like hang out, have dinner, something like that, right? So I quickly wrote up an email and sent it to her, and then finished packing and was basically, going to the airport. That was it. This is my experience. It was my idea. So I'm like, have this other experience unrelated to her, and it's really exciting. I'm in a really good space. I have this idea pop into my head. I love the idea. I think it's a great idea. I will hang out with her if she's available, right? So I send her a message. I immediately took action on it, sent her the message. There was nothing in my system that felt weird, nothing that felt like it wasn't my idea at all. In fact, it was my idea. So I get an email back from her, and she's like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. She's like, a couple of weeks ago, I visualized us hanging out. She visualized hanging out with me in LA, which I was not going to LA a couple weeks before that. I mean, the trip wasn't even like on the map. And she had visualized her and I hanging out in LA. And then she, of course, let go of it because it was something she would love to do, but she didn't need it. And I have a detachment video I'll put a link to where I explain that a little bit more. Detachment and, being in alignment is basically like, oh my God, I would love that. That would be so much fun. I totally don't need it. So that's how she was about it. And she visualized me and her hanging out in Los Angeles. Yes, I am repeating it just so you know that's what she did. And then she told me in this email and how excited she was. But here's what's even cooler. Right before she saw my email, she had texted one of her friends and basically was like, I think I am going to contact Amy, not to hang out, but for a different reason. And when she went to contact me, she opened her email and I had emailed her. I emailed her, and we went out when I was in Los Angeles, and we had a fabulous time. And we actually ran into other people who were manifestors that, just randomly. It was a nice experience. But I want to let you know, her and I talked openly about how she manifested hanging out with me and how it was a significant experience because it was my joy to do so. It was my excitement. So I think I'm not going to speak for everybody who's ever been manifested, but I can speak on my side of it, that when it is done in a way where you would love to do something, but you don't need anything from that person. You don't need them to participate in order to feel good. You don't need them to do something so that you can love or enjoy something. You just, oh my God, I would love to hang out with you. It'd be so great. I totally don't need it. I would love to have a relationship with you. I totally don't need it. You know, I would love blah, 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 blah. I totally don't need it. When you're in that space and you don't need something from the other person, then in my case, and again, I speak just for myself, it just like came up as this idea, just an idea, a great idea, an idea I wanted. And it was my intention as well. So you could refer to this in lots of different ways. You could think of this as a co-creation between the two of us. You could think of it as she manifested me. You can think I manifested her. It doesn't make a difference, but I want to let you know that on my side, it was a wonderful idea that came up from my own mind. And when I acted on it, it matched something that she really wanted and had intended and had manifested specifically with me. And it played out in a very similar way, hanging out, her and I, in Los Angeles, that she had envisioned. And we had a fabulous time. So I'm not going to go into any more detail about it because I can't speak for everyone else who's ever been manifested, but this is how the natural order of things works. I've seen other people go through this situation where they manifest someone and then the person shows up and it's the other person's idea. So I've had a lot of experience with this. This one was really fun because this is like, you know, someone who started watching my videos and then, you know, basically contacted me and wanted to meet me and manifested it. Yeah. It's totally possible. That's how the universe works. I'm not exempt from being manifestable. So I just want to put this video out there so you guys have an idea of what it feels like to be specific person manifested on the other side of it. And if there's any, think about real life as well. If there's any weirdness in your system, like I need this person to do something to make me feel better, that's when it doesn't work. And that's when the other person feels something is off. And that wasn't the case in this situation. This was just fun, you know, great idea. Let's have a really lovely night together. That sounded weird. A lovely hanging out evening together. So anyway, I just want to put this video out there for you guys so you know and just have this little piece of information of what it feels like to actually be manifested and how it didn't feel like it wasn't my idea. It was my idea. It was her idea. It was my idea. You can call it co-creation, you can call it manifesting a specific person, you can call it whatever you want, but I just want to let you know that's how it plays out when it is done. When you love the idea of it and you don't actually need it. I hope this helps. Happy manifesting. Have a very wonderful day. Yeah. Go manifest what you want. Love it. Love it. Don't need it. Unbridled love, unconditional love. The idea of having such a great time with it without needing anything to be different. That's ultimately what causes manifestations to unfold beautifully and perfectly. I emailed her. Have a very wonderful day.